Yep. Okay, so we're getting their goodies on and then they'll be ready to go. And hopefully in a few years you can choose. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the one and only exhibition in the world of the Absurdiary Phantosaurus Incredimac, the all-inclusive, extra-exclusive, and famously elusive explanation of all things imagination. Today we are giving you extra lucky spectators a spectacle that you've never seen before, with 3 different editions of the Absurdiary Phantosaurus Incredimac, starting with Mr. Haugen's edition. With our first group, take it away.
If you turn to page 7, you'll find us, the Phoenix. We are the last of our Phoenix kind in the desert.
We live in nests with fireflies.
We really like to eat charcoal and sand.
You may have heard, if you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look a little like this.
We really like to fly, makes potions.
Do tricks.
Fight,
Right.
brain powers.
You may have heard of the time Dr. Aegis caught us and tried to put us in a zoo.
If you happen to run into us, don't tell anybody. Just say hello.
That's how we like to interact with humans. As a warning, don't get near us or we will cause harm.
All right, so if you see the phoenixes out there, say hello, but don't get too close. Thank you. Next up.
Good afternoon. If you turn to page 4, you'll find us, the trolls.
We are the mean trolls
We are the nice trolls.
from Pluto, but that exploded. Now we live in an unknown village with nobody there.
We really like to eat bug soup, mushroom soup, and dead flowers.
If you happen to find us on a typical day, it will look a little like this.
Us, the little trolls, really like to steal shiny magical things, eat soup, and any other tricky things.
And us, the big trolls, really like to sleep, giving things back, and being nice.
You may have heard of the time we got in an argument about a magical clock.
It's ours.
No, it's ours.
We had it. It's ours.
If you happen to see one of us, don't be sure. Just stay still. That's how we like to interact with humans. And as a warning, never speak to us.
So if you see the trolls, stay still and don't say a word. Thank you. All right, next group, come on down.
Greetings, everyone. If you turn to page 56,000, you'll find us, the goblins. We are the goblins from planet Earl, who live in the caves with water from Gabby's tears. We really like to eat raw frogs and snake soup. If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look a little something like this. Things we like to do. Elon likes to eat candy. Gabby likes to cry. Usually like to take notes of Gabby, and Dodo likes to sleep a lot. But at night, he dances. You may have heard of the time we helped Gabby out when she was crying.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Interesting. Who did this to you?
If you happen to see us, don't be scared. Just be sure to keep your distance. That's how we like to interact with humans. And remember, don't disrupt Gabby while she's crying.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Next group, come on down.
Hello. If you turn to page 10, you'll find us, the Supers. We are superheroes from the Florida coast who live in the lab with fellow heroes.
We like to eat food.
If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look a little like this.
I'm Speedy and I love to tire people out.
I'm Flexi and I like to stretch out everything.
My name's Armstrong and I like to lift weights.
I'm Radioactive Man and I have radioactive powers and I like to study radioactivity.
I'm Alfie and I have super sensitive hearing.
I'm Ariel and my power is air and I like to study the earth.
You may have heard of the time we saved the world from a deadly radioactive bomb.
If you happen to see one of us, don't be shy.
Just walk away fast.
That's how we like to interact with humans. And remember, our wish is that you're safe.
All right, thank you. And let's give a big round of applause to the whole first edition that we've seen. All right, it's going to take us just a moment to transition and get ready for our second edition, so hang tight. They are almost set. Next up, we are going to see Mrs. Peckman's edition. All right, we're about ready. So let's bring up group one of Mrs. Peckman's edition of the Absurdiary Fantasaurus Incredimac. All right, we found what we were looking for. So here's our first group. Come on out.
Welcome to our clan. If you turn to page 734, you'll find us, the werewolves. We are the smallest and strongest werewolves from Alaska who live in the glaciers with talkative parrots. We really like to eat cheese and noodles. If you happen to find us on a typical day, it would look a little like this. We really like to
have murder face.
And we like to shoot off fireworks inside houses.
Don't forget about napping.
Yeah.
You may have heard of the time we shot some fireworks off with the garden gnomes of Africa. If you happen to see one of us, don't be scared, just bark. That's how we like to interact with humans. And remember, as a warning, our wish is
don't eat our food. All right, thank you.
Greetings, fellow humans. If you turn to page 167, you'll find us, the gnomes.
We really like to eat slugs, mushrooms, stew, and lettuce. If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look a little like this.
If you happen, we really like to tell stories about the past, and we love to make our famous mushroom stew with extra sage.
You may have heard the time we invented the magical cane with the glowing of the forest.
If you happen to see one of us, don't be alarmed. Just say hi and run. That's how we like to interact with humans. And our wish is to make peace with humans.
All right, thank you.
Greetings. If you turn to page 4, you'll find us, the mermaids. We are mermaids from the deep ocean who live in the Cave of Jewels with ocean fairies. We really like to eat seaweed, sea plants, and fish. If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look like a little like this. We really like to do magic, sleep, race, read, learn, eat, and do karate. May it over the time we managed the Sea King to a jail realm with our aqua powers. If you happen to see one of us, don't be scared, just pretend you don't notice us. That's how we like to interact with humans. And our wish is to never see you again.
Hello. If you turn to page 1523, you'll find us, the underwater fairies. We are underwater fairies from the sea who live in the reefs with mermaids. We really like to eat things that have fairy dust in them and seaweed. If you happen to find us on a typical day, it will look a little like this.
We really like to play with the fish and mermaids that live near us. We also love to cook things like sea wave crumble and coral pie. We love it to swim and have competitions with each other or the mermaids.
You may have heard the time we got cursed to be underwater fairies, and then we heard there was a magical treasure underwater. And today we are on a hunt to find it.
If you happen to see one of us, don't be afraid, just act normal. That's how we like to interact with humans. And remember, we are nice and fun.
All right, and now it'll be just a minute while our final edition gets ready to present. All right, we are just about set for our third edition of the Absurdiary Phantosaurus Incredimac, which is Mrs. Benning's class edition. So whenever our first group is ready, you can come on out.
Greetings, humans. If you turn the page to 172, you'll find us, the goblins. We are the ambushers from the trees who live in the forest with the fairies. We really like to eat fish with flies and roasted mushrooms.
If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look like this. We really like to. We can be violent, we can be lazy, but we love to explore. We really like to annoy the monkeys and the fairies, and especially the chief goblin.
You may have heard of the time when me and my friend played tug of war with the chief's magical cane. We accidentally broke it, and we were really scared of what was going to happen. Long story short, it did not end well. Darn it. If you happen to see one of us, don't come close. Just be quiet and do not disturb. That's how we like to interact with humans. And as a warning, don't come back.
Oh dear. All right, next group, come on down.
turn to page 38, you'll find us, the fairies. We are the odd fairies from the woods who live in the tree with our families.
We really like to eat chicken nuggets with fairy dust. If you happen to find us on a typical day, it will look like this.
We really like to train animals, play hide and seek, sit on mushrooms and read books,
Sleep in tree beds,
and collect fireflies.
You may have heard of the time when we were out playing hide and seek until the goblins came when we were hiding and took all our fairy dust and threw it all away.
If you happen to see one of us, don't be a hunter. Just relax and don't be mean. That's how we like to interact with humans. And our wish is to collect fairy dust and become stronger.
Hello there. If you turn to page 37, you'll find us, the Knock. We are the Rolling Stones from the Netherlands. We live in the mountains with goats.
We really like to eat rocks.
If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look a little like this. We really like to play cards.
Yeah. Write fan fiction.
And mine for rocks.
And play lots of sports.
And steal from those pesky fairies.
You may have heard of the time we won a professional card tournament for monsters. We totally didn't cheat. If you happen to see one of us, don't be unprepared. Just walk away slowly. That's how we like to interact with humans. And as a warning, don't come near our cave.
Hello. If you turn to page 220, you'll find us, the Supers.
We are the elements of the universe from the Galaxian planet who live in the dense forest with the turtles.
We really like to eat Globus berries and sushi.
If you happen to find us on a typical day, it'll look a little like this. We really like to play soccer in our homemade soccer field.
Throw berries at each other.
Make Glorbus berry pie.
Save the Galaxian planet.
And we really love cooking. You may have heard of the time we saved our home planet, but that didn't really work out. I hope you can dodge this.
If you happen to see one of us, don't be shy. Just ask if you need help. That's how we like to interact with humans. And remember, we're always here to help.
All right. And that is the end of our exhibition of the Absurdiary Phantosaurus Incredimac. Can we get a big round of applause for all of our groups? And thank you so much for coming.
I think if our group could help make sure the bags are loaded and all that, that'd be really helpful.